Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. My name is Apple Guy, and today we're going to be going inside the Great Deku Tree. Last episode we got our sword, we got our shield, we got our fairy, and the Deku Tree summoned us. We are now inside the Deku Tree, and if you remember, we have to break the curse that is on the Deku Tree that was placed on him by the evildoers of the land. Now, this is a dungeon that honestly is probably my least favorite, but before we get into it too much, we have a new enemy. This is the Deku Baba, but it is not withered as the ones outside were. So if he takes 2 slashes to defeat. If we slash him while he's out, he becomes withered, and then we'll get the Deku sticks. But if we tank him while he's close and not in the withered state, he drops the Deku nuts. The Deku nuts are used to stun enemies with the C buttons, so if we get 5 of them, I'll use it on this guy right here. So we just look at him, throw it down, and see he gets stunned, he turns blue, and then we get a couple of free shots on him. Now I prefer the Deku sticks, but I always like to keep at least a couple of Deku nuts on me. They're useful for some later enemies and some other bosses. Look at this wall! The vines growing on it give it a rough surface. Maybe you can climb it, Link. I bet we can climb it. So as I said, we can climb these walls that have the vines on them, and if we do, we get access to this chest. Now there are 3 types of chests in the game. There's the big chest that we just opened. There's small chests, which contain items that, you know, aren't really important. Those are your rupees, your ammo for stuff, maybe Deku nuts, Deku sticks, stuff like that. And then there's big blue chests, which have boss keys. We don't see those until later in the game, though, so we don't have to worry too much. The item we got from here was the dungeon map, which basically just gives us the mini-map. Nice little thing to have. We now go into this room. You can open a door by standing in front of it and pressing A. Pay attention to what the action icon says. That's the green icon at the top of the screen. The A button. Here we go. The door locks behind us and we have a Deku Scrub. Deku Scrub! It will hide in the grass if you get close to it. So we just have to sit here. Boom. And then we just have to go up next to it. And it will... No. Oh, I hate it when I do that. Nope. Back up a little more. There we go. Ow, ow, ow! Forgive me, master. I will give you a clue. Will you let me go? When you jump off a high cliff, if you hold the control stick forward, you will roll on the ground when you land and won't get hurt from the fall. I can't guarantee it will work, though, if the cliff is really, really high. Well, try it if you are feeling bold. Wahaha! And he drops a recovery heart. Pick that up. That just gives your life, if you were like missing a heart, it gives you 1 more. This room we're in has an item, but we're actually going to avoid jumping on that platform for now and climb up these vines, and you'll see why I did that in a minute. It actually saves a bit of time. If we go ahead and open this chest, we will get something pretty incredible, actually. I think I'm rather stoked to have this item. This is the slingshot, which is the dungeon item for this dungeon. So every dungeon, I said dungeon a lot, I'm sorry. Yeah. Every temple, anything like that has an item in it. 1 item. And that is used to sort of solve the puzzles around that temple. So this is the fairy slingshot. Works as a normal slingshot would. Pull it out, and you can hit things. But because we didn't step on that platform, we can actually just run on it and go over. If you stepped on it to get over to the chest, then obviously it would fall, and we would need to find a new way to get up, which would be shooting down the ladder. Now that we have the slingshot, though, we can actually do something about these skulltulas. I'm sorry, skullwaltulas. We have to be careful not to touch them. I'll touch them with my slingshot pellet. And just for good measure, we'll get this guy as well. Boom. They dropped items. Let's pick up this one, actually. Oh, boy, rupee. This is the Deku Seeds, and those are what we use to throw with the slingshot. Now, I believe the Deku seeds grow into Deku nuts if planted, but that's just like a lore thing that you don't really need to know for this game. In the meantime, we're going to be climbing up this wall to get to the second floor of this dungeon. And let's go through this door before we do something about that Skulltula. What we have here is a torch, and it turns out if we actually put the Deku stick in fire, it can get lit. And with that, we can actually... Oh, I think I missed it. Wait, hold on. No! Okay, if you leave your Deku stick out for too long, it... Oh my gosh. If you leave your Deku stick out for too long... Oh my gosh, I'm ruining it. I soiled it. Let's try that again. If we take out the Deku stick, light it on fire, we only have a certain amount of time before it burns up. But we can put that torch on fire as well, so we can use the Deku sticks to light things on fire. That's what we learned in this room. These switches cause different things to happen. For example, it makes these platforms rise, and with these risen platforms, we can open this chest. It's another one of the big chests I was talking about from earlier. And this one will give us something pretty neat. The compass. So the compass shows us doors and chests hidden on the map. So see, now on the mini-map, there's the little orange box, which indicates the chest. And that will help you, obviously, if you're a bit stuck, need some direction. Look at that. This is the Skulltula I was talking about from earlier. And it's only weak on its backside that it likes to protect. But if you shoot it, you can kind of jump by it. And then that's the backside. There we go. This is a gold Skulltula. I don't think I can target it. But there are 50 of these in the game. 50 of these spiders hidden. And when you defeat them, they will drop these tokens. You destroyed a gold Skulltula. You got a token proving you destroyed it. That's how it's written. And, you know, we're just going to collect those from now. There's 50 of them in the game, as I said. There might be 100. My memory is failing me. There'll be... I'm going to say 50. Anyway, we're just going to collect those for the meantime. We saw one of these enemies earlier. This is the Skulltula. We actually can't hit it from the front. So what we do is we can slingshot it when it turns around. Just give it a second to flip around again. Oh, I missed it. There we go. Then we can just pick up what it drops, which is more pellets. Now we can go through the spot. No, we can't! Saved it! Clutched! Nice. If you missed that, you actually have to climb back all the way up to the top, and it's just kind of inefficient. We are now inside of the lower level of the Deku Tree. There's another one of those gold Skulltulas we were talking about from earlier. Pick that up. Now we are 2 of 50, I want to say. We destroyed a gold Skulltula and got the token. Up here we have a torch. I'm trying to remember how you get up here. It probably isn't that. Oh, it's over here. Duh. And hey, look, another gold Skulltula. I missed it. See if I can hit it. I did. Come on, let me hit it. I can get that. I can get that, I swear. What if I try this? Come on! Alright. Let's jump off of this. If you step on this, it'll light up that torch. That's what's important. Now, I don't think we can do anything with that for the time being. There we go. 3rd gold Skulltula. There is a little chest behind here, though. That's what the compass is telling me. Probably a Deku stick. Recovery heart. Yep, that's what was in that big chest in episode 1. We have to light this stick on fire. And swim, I guess. The recovery hearts, I think I already explained those, though. Lighting that stick on fire will let us go into here. And new room. Deku stick burned up. However, if we were to put the Deku stick away, it will not burn up. Please forgive me, Master. I'll never do it again. If you spare me, I'll teach you something cool. You will never beat my brothers up ahead unless you punish them in the proper order. The order is 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. Do you think I'm a traitor? Yes. But that's okay. Shoot this eye switch with the slingshot and it will open the gate. We'll see eye switches much later in the game as well. Those are something that we love to use. After you get into the water, if you hold down A, you can dive. I bet there are some interesting things underwater. Let's dive in, see what we can find. Hey, look, a switch. That's pretty interesting, ain't it? If we press the switch while underwater, it will drain a little bit of it, allowing us to pass under the spiked spinning thing, although I feel like I think we missed the cycle. I feel like the water's gonna rise back up. We're good! Here we have another one of those Skulltulas from earlier. If we can find a way to get behind it... Oh, that wasn't good. I got too close to it. Jeez, he's pretty glitchy, isn't he? That was weird. Stand next to this block and grab hold of it with A. While holding A, you can push or pull it. If you stand next to the block and press A while pressing the control stick towards the block, you can climb on top of it. Pay attention to what the action icon says. Yes, Navi, will do. Navi talks a lot, as I said in the last episode. She talks way, way too much. So I will be ignoring her if all possible. These are all things I cannot ignore, unfortunately, though. We're gonna have to climb up again, and go through this very lovely door. Here we have another one of those fire puzzles, but luckily we know how to solve it. Every time you light a stick on fire and then run it through another torch, it gains 3 seconds of life. Light both the torches, the door opens. And this is what I mean, by the way. See, I have 4 sticks. I slash my sword. It doesn't get burned up. I get to keep my 4 sticks. Let's just move along to the next room. That's the backs. Oh, he turned around too quickly. Dang. There we go. If we look up now, we'll see there are little pods hanging from the ceiling. Those are Goma eggs. They drop little spiders, but if you shoot them, nothing happens. I'm going to try and activate one of them at a time, because otherwise they can overwhelm you a little bit. They are decently powerful, but if we actually take the slingshot and hit them with it, they're very weak to it because they have a giant eyeball. Here's, let's get the other one down. Slingshot, slingshot, and one more. Slingshot, slingshot. Perfect. Now we can light the stick on fire. Burn this up. And we can't actually do anything back here for now, but it's something I want to show off. This wall looks weird, and if we hit it, it makes a weird sound. You guys hear that? It's kind of like a little ping sound, kind of. That noise means something that we'll learn later in the game. Just want to show it off for now, tease it a little bit. Light this on fire, we get another crawl space, and this actually loops us back around to the first room in the little bottom portion where we fell down through the cobweb. We're on the upper portion now, though. So if you remember, the gold Skulltula was over here against the cage, I guess, and then there was one on the vines as well. Directly above us is the big spiderweb we fell through, but there's another smaller spiderweb we actually need to get through, and we can't get enough height to break through it. So we would try lighting it on fire, but as you can see, all the torches up here are elevated. We can't reach any of them, except for that one down there. So if we push this block down, we get the ability to light this on... Oh, light it on fire. and climb up on the block. I just grabbed it, which meant I put the torch away. Let's try again. Up we go, and if we just roll, that's that problem solved. Here we have the three brothers that earlier Deku Scrub was talking about. We have to defeat them in the proper order. 20. 3 is number 1. And talk to number 1. How did you know our secret? How irritating. It's so annoying that I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you. Okay. In order to administer the coup de grace to Queen Goma, strike her with your sword while she's stunned. Oh, Queenie. Sorry about that. He might be sorry, but we're definitely not, because through this door is actually the first boss fight of the game. Queen Goma is the boss of the Great Deku Tree. She is the cause of the curse. She is the mother to those Goma larvae we saw earlier, and the leader of the Deku Scrubs. The door will close behind us, meaning we are stuck in here, and we just have to go and fight her. You might be able to hear her, but you can't really see her. If we look up, we'll see her eyeball. I lost it. Nope, there it is. There is Queen Goma. Like a little spider creature. Parasitic armored arachnid Goma. So we actually have to stun her first. Uh-oh. There we go. I do a jump slash there. Oh man, I am just messing this up. Oh, you know what? I don't want to blame the system. By the way, the Deku Stick does more damage. But I am sucking because I switched the L targeting to like hold, but for some reason it's coming out as... Come on, aim. Aim! There we go. For some reason it's coming out as hold, and I've never played with hold before. The trick I did there was if you do a jump slash, you get 4 damage, and if you can store that damage by crouching with R and then pressing B rapidly, it's sort of just a little crouch stab, like this. This stores your last input, or the last damage input, and allows you to do massive damage quickly. I was trying to do that with the Deku Stick, but I missed out. This is a heart container. Every boss drops a heart container. It increases our maximum life to 1. Or 1 more. So now we have 4 from 3. We're going to go through this portal. Well done, Link. Thou hast verily demonstrated thy courage. I knew that thou wouldst be able to carry out my wishes. Now, I have yet more to tell ye. Wouldst thou listen? Yes. Now, listen carefully. A wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me. This evil man ceaselessly uses his vile, sorcerous powers in his search for the sacred realm that is connected to Hyrule. For it is in that sacred realm that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. Three golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Din, the goddess of power. Nehru, the goddess of wisdom. Furore, the goddess of courage. Din With her strong flaming arms, she cultivated the land and created the Red Earth. Nehru poured her wisdom onto the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world. Furore, with her rich soul, produced all life forms who would uphold the law. The three great goddesses, their labors completed, departed for the heavens. And golden sacred triangles remained at the point where the goddesses left the world. Since then, the sacred triangles have become the basis of our world's providence. And the resting place of the triangle has become the sacred realm. Thou must never allow the desert man in black armor to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man, with his evil heart, to enter the sacred realm of legend. That evil man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful, I was doomed before you started. Yes, I will pass away soon, but do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. Link, go now to Hyrule Castle. There, thou will surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Take this stone with you, the stone that the man wanted so much that he cast the curse on me. The future depends upon thee, Link. Thou art courageous. Navi the Fairy, help Link to carry out my will. I entreat ye, Navi. Goodbye. Let's go to Hyrule Castle, Link. Goodbye, great Deku Tree. When we try to leave, Mida will stop us. Hey Link, what did you do? The great Deku Tree? Did he die? How could you do a thing like that? It's all your fault. Mida will walk away. But that will be the end of episode 2 of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. As the great Deku Tree said, we are now entrusted with the Spiritual Stone of the Forest, Kokiri's Emerald. It's down here on our quest status. That'll do it! In the next episode, we're going to do as he asked and go meet the Princess of Hyrule. See you guys next time.